Tonight we're featuring Apatite, Cheecha Bee's amethyst under the microscope cap. I knew I'd find that thing. It's been like a year and a half. I found it. Granola on Why'd I Buy That? 11 new jokes. The following show was filmed before an imaginary audience. I tried to pet a bird, but it flew away from me, and now I feel rejected. Thanks, Disney. Let's start the show. This video reminds me of the iolite and the jade that we haven't featured in a long time. It's also got that nice big piece of blue chalcedony. How's it going, Colette? Hi, Brianna. How's it going? What's up? What are you doing? Can't believe I'm so late for my show. Just trying to get ready for so many things at once, you know? And I like doing my show. It's so stressful to get everything ready in time because there's so much time to try and get the gem and the picture. And I try to outdo myself every time, so it's kind of nice to slide back and not do the best once in a while. Charisse, I was wondering if I should like send you a text, but I was like, since I'm not on time, then we're gonna shoot for next week. What am I gonna feature next week? I needed to do something blue or yellow this week, according to my Instagram color palette. And cheers. Cheers to you fine, fantastic folks. I hope you're ready to have a great week. YouTube Administrator has acquired functionality. You are all welcome to throw tomatoes on command. I like blue apatite. The color of the blue in blue apatite is like my favorite color of blue. I know it's kind of close to the color of the nitrile gloves I have on, but the nitrile gloves are kind of a flat matte, and the apatite's more of a neon water electric blue. So I am really a fan of that. What are we going to do this week? I'm going to go to a comedy show. Also, I do not have Steve Bennett's links, but Steve and I are going to lunch this week, and I will have his links available when I return, hopefully for next week. You can check out his books, get a little preview, see what you think. He's a good guy. He's a good writer. I also got to show you another thing on Lady Journey. It's awesome. It's so awesome. Sometimes people ask me like what I do with the gems. What do you do with them? Because I don't make jewelry yet. I mean, I do. I have made a couple pieces of jewelry, but mostly I give them to the people who come by my show. I love having audience members, so I give them gems and then they appreciate it. And it's kind of like I shape so many pieces. I'll pull a piece out of my drawer. I'll go through my gems and I'm like, I forgot about you for a couple of years. Gee whiz. So I've got pieces I forget about. So why not send them to someone and then we've created a memory and there's a memento and they get to enjoy something without having to take on the hobby. Basically, I'm paying it forward. It's prettier than the gloves. Yes, thank you, Colette. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we're just working on this chalcedony so we can actually get into the blapatite. But I'll keep it rolling while I find the video. Because that video there was taken last year, maybe? So many gems, so little time. Oh, I know where it is. Okay. Looking in the wrong place. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Is it this one? Nope. That's the big piece. That one. Yep. That's the one, all right. Okay. So, it's going to be a short show. I'm glad you were able to make it very, very close to the edge of reality. Very, very close to what's making it spark like that? Ooh, it has feelings for the saw. What is making it spark is the amount of energy inside the bond. See, we learn about how molecules bond with each other in, science class, and there's different bond types, but also there's different bond mechanisms for like take quartz for example. You have two quartz molecules and they're bonded together. They can either be alpha bonded or they can be beta bonded. And the beta bonded is a double bond, so it's actually twice as hard as the alpha bond. And so it releases a lot more energy when it's broken away from the stone. Interesting fact, Brianna, and you'll see this on the videos. Quartz and quartz related stones like the blue chalcedony, which is basically a quartz, they emit like a yellow spark. Kind of like when you buy LED light bulbs and you get the yellow ones or you get the blue ones. They have a yellow spark and topaz has a blue spark. Cheers and thank you for coming to the show. Have a lovely night and a lovely week. It's going to be fantastic. I am going to the Broken Saddle on Tuesday. I believe. I'm going to try. And see, is there something going? No, there's nothing going on Wednesday or Thursday in particular. But Saturday is my big Bally's live comedy showcase. Showcase. Yeah, Bally's live comedy jackpot showcase. I knew I was missing something there. It is late, I will say that. Oh, we need to get to the microscope scene. I'm trying to do a short show here. Come on, Jake. It's like you know what you're doing or something. Okay, microscope a cab. Nope, not that one. Where are we at? There? Nope, not that one. Ooh, Jacob's jackpot. Yeah, I'm excited about that. We got great comedians and the radio station made a commercial. You guys want to hear the commercial? It's it's so cool. I sent them a basic format and then they sent it back to me. Let's see. Let me get the microscope fired up and then we'll take a look at the commercial. If you guys are interested. And if you're in the area, tune in to WQUD 107.7 Vintage Radio. Oh man, they got so many cool songs on there. And the DJs are awesome. And they're not like real freaky. They're such a classic radio station, but they're not like classic like old. They're classic like they're modern, but they're real. They're classic in that real sense, not that corporate sense. They're an individual radio station, so they're awesome. I love them. They've been nice to me. WQUD Vintage Radio. Okay, so basically, what was going on with this stone is that it had like that hard spot in the middle, and it's like darker and it's more solid crystal, and then it's got the cloudy areas around the outside, so I wanted to kind of frame it. Didn't know if it'd turn out or not, so I gave it a shot. And I'm happy with it. I hope you are too. Okay, there we are. It's got some cracks. It's a soft stone. I like that idea. Very pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't really know what else to do with it, and it kind of had a nice little frame going on there. The backside didn't turn out so well. It was like, I don't know, I think I was just having a tough time with it. But it is such a beautiful sea color, right? I could stand to spend a little more time polishing the backside. But I wanted to get it to be kind of thin so that the light will go through it. And it'll give it a nice blue color, a nice light blue color. So that's what we did. Let's see, I found Cheecha Bee's amethyst. It went flying when I tried to cut some face facets. And it did actually, unfortunately, chip. So I'm going to have to do something about that. But at least it's here. We found it. I knew it wasn't gone forever. This thing has been gone for like a year and a half. Sometimes I lose them. Then sometimes I find them. This one I found. So now we can just go ahead and actually it's cloudy on top because look at those scratches. I need to polish it down. That's what I was actually literally working on, was polishing it down. And then it caught, and then that happened. And it wound up going flying across the room. And it's dusty. Yeah. But at least this culet part didn't chip out. That would suck. I have to redo all of that. But yeah, I did this one with the faceter, and then I was trying to finish it out by hand on top. And so anyway, that was the thing I wanted to show. I did try to work on a piece of tanzanite, because like I said, I wanted to do something blue, and I figured the apatite, we've done that before. Don't do a lot of tanzanite, but then it busted. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, just trying to get it also thin so that it would show a little bit more of the the beauty, but I was getting into these like loose areas. So it came off. It's all right. I'm still going to make something out of this guy. This is going to be something. But, you know, it was going to be about twice as big as it's actually going to be now. So, yeah, we'll cut something kind of like that, basically. Polish it, see if it stays together. Otherwise, we got some other tanzanite I'm going to work on. It's a nice color, though. So I'm going to try and work on that. And we've got this. Could stand to do something pink, but I've done a lot of rose quartz. Brianna, what do you think about kyanite? Or no, kunzite. Yeah, that's what this is. I'm going to try and cut this loose. Where's the video that I'm supposed to be showing right now? So just trying to look at all the sides of it. Where am I going to put the top of it? Because it's all cloudy and like dirty and stuff inside, but it's got good color. So I think I'm going to make that the top of the gem. We'll just smooth this over kind of. And then box it out and make an underneath side. And we'll have a nice pink kunzite gem. Whoa. There I am. Right there on the desktop. Abandon. Convert. Relist. Adjust. Okay, we're running out of footage too. So, what did I bought and why did I bought it? Something? Granola. I don't know. Sometimes I just like some grindage. Have you ever bought granola? And which one did you buy? I mean, there's a lot of choices there. Look at all those choices. And that doesn't even include the bars. The bars extend off the picture. So that's, you know, there's a lot of granola to buy. And I do call it that because I'm bored with life. So the ones with the green tops on them, they're like hard. And really I do like more of the chewy granolas. I really miss the Little Debbie macaroon bar that was coated with chocolate, mostly because of chocolate. Um, but actually, I was eating some yogurt. Gotta get that serving of fruit, right? And I put some granola in it. And I was trying this peanut and chocolate granola, and that was one that my mom recommended. She really liked it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try that out. And I liked it. And then I was looking up online, and it turns out they have other ones. They don't just have peanut and chocolate, they also have chocolate and chocolate. Guess which one I bought? And it was a few dollars, but it does go kind of far for me. So I went ahead and I got myself a nice bag of granola from the middle shelf. It's the Love Crunch. Who doesn't love the sound of love and crunch, right? It's the opposite of the chewy, but that's kind of what I was going for actually. So to add the crunch to the not crunch, and I'm glad I did. It turned out to be a good purchase. I like my money, but I like my granola more, and that's what I bought, and that's why I bought that. Have you ever bought granola, and which one did you buy? Why did you buy that? Double chocolate. Absolutely. I mean, what else is there to life, you know? I mean, 11 Lizard King, martial artist, Chewy 100%. You got it, buddy, with the chocolate in there and no raisins. It's very pretty powdery pink, like a flower petal. Well, Brianna, I'll bring it so you can see it and you can look at it in person. And then you can see it in reality and make a judgment call then. Um, Moving on to this thing that we do with jokes and telling them, so we can do a little bit of that. I don't have much this week, but we're gonna try. Um, Also, we gotta end this with me showing you that lady journey because they are so awesome. Did I mention that? Okay, because I'm gonna do it again. Let's see. Money makes me horny. I guess that makes me a hard worker. Or this version. I'm a hard worker because money makes me horny. I think that one's a little bit better. I realized I'm a hard worker when I realized that money makes me horny. Because I mean, horny is the funny word. That's the best word to have at the punch. My girlfriend is a fan of Lady Gaga, so I asked her if it's in the cards for us to play a few rounds of Poker Face. Can you tell I'm single? I've been showing characteristic signs of Cancer, but it's okay because my girlfriend is a Pisces, which means we're compatible. Yep. Couple more. I recently watched Demolition Man so I could compare it to the news. What are the qualifications to be a tabloid photographer? I mean, you have to be one of my extended family with a flip phone? The extended family part, that's confusing. But what if I say, what are the qualifications to be a tabloid photographer? Be an owner of a flip phone? I tried to pet a bird, but it flew away from me, and now I feel rejected. Thanks a lot, Disney. I always question when I see something deluxe that's on sale. It sounds like a setup, not a... There's no punch there. It's only half the joke. Um... Oh, I was thinking, like, what if I go up on stage with my zipper down, and somebody's like, hey, your zipper's down. That would be so perfect. I could say, well, it's hot up here. Besides, there's a lot of attractive ladies in the audience, and I don't want to deny them for any second the pleasure that they can receive. I mean, I don't want them to have to go through any more trouble than they have to. I'm going to help out. I'm going to get things ready. I'm courteous like that. See, I'll take my pants off for you. That's kind of the punchline for that. It needs a rollout into the next topic. Um, oh wow, is this the whole joke? Did I write that this week? No. No, that wouldn't be the case. That wouldn't be the case. No, okay, alright, okay. Yeah, it's okay. This is my conversational Viagra bit, but boiled down to a one-liner. How do you keep up a conversation? Put some Viagra in it. But wah, 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 Mr. Potato Head bears a resemblance to Mr. Shithead. Nope. You should love Jesus. He ate a sack of rice for your sins. Yeah, that didn't really pan over. He sacrificed for your sins. He ate a sack of rice for your. Okay. Oh, I should have wrote the rest of this joke out. I did earlier, but I only have the note. The note says extra testicular activity. So, I've been taking a sex ed class after school, and I asked if it counts as extra testicular activity. Moving on. Why did the person build a helicopter out of a spice rack? so they could see time fly. And also so they could fly away from this week's Joe portion of the program. Okay, almost done putting you guys through my lack of preparation for the week, but that's all right. We're going to use this week to make next week fantastic. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. But first, before we go, I gotta go back to, where is it? This one? All right. So, like I said, spreading these gems around is just awesome. And so sharing these gems with Lady Journey has been exactly that and more, because they're sharing it with more people. So I kind of pass the buck. It's like, I don't have to do all the work. I send them the gems. They're doing the work. They're doing the sharing. They're getting the love, and they deserve it. So that's why I wanted to show you guys this little segment of Lady Journey while I post their link again.
I'm very thrilled that our Patreon is growing and growing. We are at 65 members in the Patreon now.
That's
Can you
really
believe it?
impressive.
Thank you everyone for joining, and we are hoping to get some more people. When we get 100, we will be having a special edition episode, a double date with Mike Vecchione and Joe List. We have promised them pizza in order to bribe them into this agreement. I love how they both were like, yes, I'd love to do it. And then it's like, well, we'll see if this turns into a fight because you have committed yourself. Now, something I have to say this, I thought there's a guy who was commenting on all of my Twitter stuff for a long time. And then he joined the Patreon. And I thought when he was commenting on the Twitter, because I could just see his small caption, and I thought that this was Mike's friend from college, his friend. And I thought, like, wow, like, I think Mike told me about him right around the time he started commenting.
This is a different
on my
story.
stuff.
I thought
I would
they were
be like, haha, good one,
talking about gems.
And then he joined the Lady Journey, and he also
it's
comments
a good story,
on the YouTube. And I was like, wow, Mike's friend is like really awesome to like invest in the podcast in this way.
Very relatable.
And I told you when we had the birthday party for Mike, I'm like, there's a Lady Journeyer here, thinking that Mike's friend was very quietly supporting my podcast. And I would say things to him like, thanks for being on the journey.
It's also like, when your boyfriend's friends are so supportive of you, like their guy friends. Like, when has a guy friend ever given a shit about what their girlfriends are doing?
Yes. Well, I thought that maybe he and his wife were kind of supporting it together, and maybe like he bought the subscription, but like she was listening to it. And we went to a dinner party some months ago, and she had never heard of the podcast. And I was like, wow, maybe he's like really privately into the podcast.
Maybe he's embarrassed. We're a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. And like he was really always into like always commenting about like recipes and stuff. And I was like, wow, and I'm thinking that this is the person. And I just found out Mike, I told Mike, I'm like, so-and-so's like, he's one of our journeyers. And Mike was like, yeah, that's great. Like, he's so supportive. And then Mike and he went out the other day and he said something about like, it's really great that you're supporting Katie's podcast. And he was like, what?
Which is like what any guy friend would say, like, why would I be on Lady Journey?
Why in God's name would I be listening to your girlfriend's soup podcast? And I have been like, I thought that this has been going on for a full year, that I've catfished myself thinking my boyfriend's friend from college, who's like a high-powered lawyer and like just very like masculine into sports, and has never given any indication that he has an interest in the podcast.
Never asked you what you're doing.
Yeah. Never been like, hey, how's the podcast? But meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I should keep the secret because his wife is around.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't want her to know.
Yeah.
That he is like into my breakfast recipes.
Was Mike like, Katie, I have to tell you something.
Yeah, Mike was like, I don't want to say his name. He was like, so and so like he's not following the podcast, and I was like, and it was like the moment in Fight Club when Edward Norton like
Everything comes
realizes,
together.
yeah, I was like, oh my god, like I've been communicating with a stranger on the internet for over a year, thinking that it's someone that I know, and it's not even been a catfish situation. I've just catfished my
Yeah.
own self.
Well, I think you told me about this guy, and I think every time I've seen a comment on YouTube, it's every week.
Yeah,
He's like, "Good pod, ladies."
yeah,
That
like
I've been thinking that's him
Yeah.
as well.
yeah. So, whoever you are out there, thank you for your support. And thank you to all of our Patreon members. We have some amazing new stones. How gorgeous are these? I'm obsessed with our new stones.
I know, it's like amazing that Jacob Downey gave us this stuff.
Jacob Downey is our new friend. I did send him my home address, so he mailed in some stones. And he's got an incredible YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jacob E. Downey, where he talks about stones. He's kind of creating some pieces, and it's very interesting. And we've subscribed to it, so please check it out if you're into more gem mania, as we call it now. And let's see, where is... Oh, I got the wrong piece out. Here we go. The first stone is going to be going out to Meredith.
That's
oh,
a
my
big one.
gosh. Oh, this is one of my all-time favorite stones that I'm so lucky to actually have this piece now. This is fluorite, Meredith, and this is for grounding and harmonizing spiritual energy. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling so grounded. So grounded just touching it.
Do you think, does Himalayan rock salt count as a crystal?
Ooh, good question. I don't know, but I
Jacob,
do.
Get on that.
Let us know in the comments, Jacob. I do actually have some in my kitchen right now that I use. I
worship.
I love the pink salt, even though I put it in my tea. I did learn from Esther King and her hot girl trivia that pink salt is out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
I know, it's mortifying, but I have been putting it
They
in
didn't
everything
let us
I eat.
know.
And we did
Us
not get
uggos.
we didn't I'm using pink rock salt like an idiot. Now this next gem is going out to Elise. Elise, thank you so much for joining our Patreon. We so appreciate your support. How amazing is this? It's an emerald. This is a raw emerald. You can see like the little glint on it.
Yeah.
And this is...
I want to put these in a rock tumbler so bad.
Oh my gosh, that's our next investment. When we get to 100
While we're
Patreons.
going, it's just constantly in the background.
I love they have them on TikTok now. And
Yeah.
they're like, and this is for JB,
I get
whoever.
excited when they open them.
I love those. I also love the TikTok tarot card
Yeah.
readings. I want to do that, but like in a goofy way and be like, Bob, sorry, you're stupid.
I watched a lady yesterday at Starbucks working on her tarot cards, like jotting down notes.
Oh my gosh, to be fortune telling in a chain restaurant.
Exactly.
There's something
To be
so...
studious about it too.
Oh my God,
I was
that's
like,
so
I thought that was
me.
bullshit.
I like to bring in my runes
Yeah.
into the McDonald's and just cast them on the table.
There is the Starbucks down the street by the movie theater. I used to be like a lady working on her beadwork in there, and there'd be other like side projects.
I love it. A loom.
Jacob Downey.
This is a raw emerald card.
Yeah, by the movie theater. I used to be like a lady working on her beadwork in there, and there'd be other like side projects.
I love it. A loom. Just bringing in my loom. Just weaving.
Oops.
I always wanted to
Wrong
be Tim
click.
Gunn from Project Runway in Starbucks, being like, "What are we working on today?" And I'm like, "All right, well, make it work.
Yeah,
Make
make it
it
better. Make it better, or no egg bites for you." Anyway, to get back on track here, Elise, this emerald is for you. I was so thrilled about the emerald because have not had a stone with this magical property before, but it's for giving and receiving unconditional love.
Well, that's really hard to do.
Okay, so they talk more like they talk about a rose quartz shard that I sent them as well, and let's see, where am I? Tied to reality or not tied to reality? Nope. We're stuck in this camera mode. There. Anyways, um, yeah, they talk more about the rose quartz, and they talk to Ophira Eisenberg, who is awesome. I actually should have showed you that guys, that interview last week where they talk about stones. They talk about peridot and prehnite, or peridot. I say it peridot. Never met anyone else who calls it peridot. But I have met some fantastic people here on YouTube, and I love you all for coming by. You are all awesome people, and that's why I'm here for you. And that's why I want to be here for you. And that's why I'm going to try and be here for you every week, Sundays, at 9 p.m. Eastern. Ish. Eastern-ish.